you said you it was an independent record on your own, and I had read somewhere that you guys raised the money on your own for that album. Now, if the number's correct, I don't know. $22,000 is the number that I had read.
That would probably be a very high number. There's no way we could have raised 22 grand back then.
That's a lot of money.
I love that they're making us sound like we had lots going on.
Right.
Let me assure you, I want to say that number might have been closer to about 7 or 8 grand, but we just made the record. We slept at the studio, right?
Yeah.
And it was an incredible experience. We went in and basically played Cat Dragged In was a live record. And I couldn't believe, I'd never seen an SSL board. Mm-hmm. And I love the smell of the gear. Like even being in here in this room, I don't want you to think I'm nuts. I like being in a studio and the smell of it in here, the feel of it.
I know what you're talking about.
It makes me excited.
Yeah.
And so we would go in that studio, we loaded all of our gear in, and basically in a couple days recorded the entire Cat Dragged In record.
It's amazing. And you know what? I mean, going back to the 80s there, I mean, to raise that kind of money then, a band that's probably pretty much broke at that time, I guess it's safe to say.
Broke is a kind word. Go ahead.
And I mean, there was no internet then. There was
internet.
no GoFundMe. This was a straight-on hustle.
Right.
And that's one of the many things I loved about your band. Right. I mean, it was the hustle, you know?
It was hustle.
Yeah.
And let me add to that. When I say this, there's this the thing inside you find, and I said there are so many talented bands. So I find people to be more talented. When you're out in the world, you see it. You know what stops a lot of people? I call it the wall. You hit that wall or that door, and every time we hit a door or wall, we either climbed over it, punched our way through it, kicked the door open, and you found a way. It was never exactly like you wanted it to be, but you found a way to get it done, like raising the money, convincing people we were going to have a hit record. We had to believe it before they were going to believe it. And I always told people, anybody, no matter what it is you want to do in life, bet on yourself.
Yeah.
I have to bet on me before anyone else is going to bet. And so what happened is we go in to do this album, and we had hit so many walls that we just decided we were going to make this happen. And you think about one of the biggest blessings that came from that is we held all of our publishing.
Really?
No one, which is the golden.
Wow,
I didn't know that was the gem.
Sure.
But we had been offered these really small, offers, and we're like, we're already poor. Let's just stay here and just hold on to controlling our career, right?
Yeah.
And I go back to this. Now that ended up being the biggest gem for Poison is we kept all the publishing and just did an administration deal.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
amazing. I wasn't aware of that. It's incredible.
We kept all the publishing. And so I tell people out there, it's a couple things. Ours back then, we're going to make you laugh. Now my kids make fun of me. They'll go, Dad, that was like your hillbilly hard drive was handing out flyers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had a Rolodex. I'm not making this up. You're going to start laughing, aren't you? But I had a real Rolodex. Like I'd open it, keep numbers like Eric's. I kept Eric's number over there. But we would go through the Rolodex and I'd write down every radio station. We'd find trade books, write people down, and we would just go that and hand flyers out. Our band handed flyers every single night of the week. We were stapling them up. You had to wait till about 2 a.m.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
punch them up, because in L.A., if they saw you doing it, it's weird because they knew you put it up there because it's your flyer.
Right.
But you didn't get arrested unless you were seen doing it.
Right, of
So we'd
course.
have to jump out of the car. We had a whole system. I'd pull up, Ricky'd jump out, pin one up, Bobby'd have the next thing ready, he'd hit it, CC'd hit it, and eventually, just like Party Gras, that mentality's never left me, meaning you go out and you let the fans know. And I still have that street level mentality of letting people know this is going to be awesome.